Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to explain about the multiple payments gateway if we are having internally, how we are going to choose those gateway on runtime. In real application, if you ever try to build an applications where user could pay through multiple payment gateways like Razor Pays, then Stripe or maybe PayPal and other gateways also. And basically you need to switch between them dynamically at runtime. So this kind of things, have you tried to build these things? So in this tutorial, I will show you how to build just that using Spring Boot, then custom annotations and powerful registry based approach. Obviously there are many ways to implement this one like if else using the switch, but like based on the registry or with custom annotations, I believe you have not tried to do it. So here what you will learn, you will learn how to create a common interface for all the gateways, payment gateways basically. Use a custom annotations like @gateway code to identify each one. And then dynamically we are going to register all the gateway beans at startup. Basically there is a no manual writing code. All the things will be dynamically. And cleanly select the right gateway at runtime without using if else, or there are another approach basically to get those beans like application context dot get bean. It's also give us the bean at the runtime. But here I am going to use the registry based approach with the custom annotation. This is the scalable, extensible and production guide solutions. So, and also you can use this design for anything dynamic, not just for the payment system. Because this is not related to only the payment. This is kind of generic approach you can use for many kind of like multi if in case of any multiple selection you need to do. So in that case scenario you can apply, this is the thing. So next for implementing this one, so this is the just kind of the introduction that what I'm going to cover in this tutorial. Now basically I'm going to explain the things in writing the code. Okay, so I'm going to go to the code section and then I will explain you the code that how we are going to, if we are going to implement into our own application, how we are going to build this one. Okay, so let's go to that section and then I will explain the step by step that how you are going to achieve these multiple payment gateways like dynamically choose on the runtime. Okay, so without further delay, let's create the program. So now for implementing that approach for choosing the different types of gateway based on the whatever the inputs or based on the means whatever the input is coming from the request and from the user or maybe from the another maybe microservices which is basically do the payment activities. So for generating the project, either you can go to the Spring initializer. Over there you can create your Spring Boot application and import it into your favorite editor. Here I am using the Eclipse as a editor. Okay, so I have created this multiple payment gateways, and here if you see that what dependencies I've used, I'm not doing any kind of like communicating with the database and all. So for that's why like I've used just simple dependencies, just only the starter web and the lombok. Okay, because I don't like want to uh, make it complex based on the certain things, because here we are just focusing how we are going to choose or maybe choose the beans or maybe choose the gateway, which gateway we need to do the payments on the runtime. Okay, so this is the main focus, not focusing on the other areas like how we are going to the do the payment and storing those information into the database. So those actually basically I'm not focusing now in this tutorial. What I'm trying to focus over here, that whatever the request we are going to receive from the user or maybe from the another API which is doing the payment, so whatever the request is coming, whatever the parameter they are going to passing, so based on the parameter we need to decide that which payment gateway user need to actually do the payment. Okay, so this is the main focus. So first of all, we need to create one interface. So the interface means this is the interface payment gateway. So this is the one generic or common interface which will be basically implemented by the gateway. Each gateway should implement this interface. So once those that particular gateway basically wants to implement this, so here if you notice, I have created one method like process payment, and it's taking one parameter, let's say double amount. Okay, so now if we go to the any of the gateway, let's say this Razor Pay gateway here, so if you notice that we are implementing this one, right? So and also we are implement this, so that we need to implement this method also process payment. It is taking one amount over here. So either we can do any whatever the activities is needed related to the while processing the payment, maybe storing the information someone, then we need to deduct the amount from some tables and all kind of activities we need to do there. But for the time being, for the demonstration here, we just returning some kind of string with mentioning that via which gateway we are deduct or payment is successful. So that's why, just to understanding like which gateway basically we have used, so that's why we are printing like we have like mentioning in the returning with the gateway name, so that we can easily understand. Similarly, another gateway have implemented this one. So here also we have implemented this payment gateway and also implemented this method. And here if you notice, we have also mentioned this string, so that we can easily identify that whatever the amount we have passed, in which gateway it is processed. Okay, now the important part is that this is the gateway code. Okay, so this is the actually custom annotations that we have created to defining this dynamically like putting those things as a what kind of gateway it is. Okay, so that's why like we have created this custom annotation, and we are putting these annotations for all the gateways, like here also, and this is here also, and this is the name for this gateway. This is the name. If you notice, these are not same, right? These are different. Okay, now we need to focus on the registry level. This is the main thing. So this basically registry, what it will happen, it will basically, once the Spring actually load all the beans, then Spring inject all beans which are basically implementing this payment gateway interface. So here if you notice, the payment gateway implemented by this gateway and this gateway. So in the registry, this is the registry. So here if you see, first of all we need to defining one map. Okay, this map. Here this is the key, and this is the object will be, this will be the gateway name, and this will be the gateway object. So whatever the list we are receiving, list of payment gateways, we are iterating over here and putting into this particular map. So that means we are Spring basically inject all beans implementing the payment gateway. Then we are looping over this loop, and then check for the @gateway code. Then store each one of them in a map, right? So in the map, if you notice, this is the key will be this will be the key, and this object will be the value here. Okay, this gateway will be the value. Now whenever we are going to fetch any gateway dynamically, so gateway by gate, this will be give us the proper gateway. So what it will do here, you need to pass the code, means key. Let's say we are passing the Razor Pay, this gateway basically. Okay, then it will search based on the pool, based on the key from this map. Okay, because in the map we are putting all the gateway here. So based on the key, it will put the get the data. If it is null, then it will say that unsupported gateway. Let's say whatever the currently we are implementing this gateway and this gateway, this payment gateway. But other than these two, if we pass any other code which is not available, then in that case we'll get this kind of exception. Else it will throw the valid payment gateway. So this is the gateway. Now we will see the controller, that how the request will become. So this is the API, one of the API while doing the payment. So then we need to pass two parameters. One is the amount and another one is the which gateway we are going to use to do this payment. So based on this gateway, whatever the name we are going to pass over here, from the registry it will get, based on the gateway name, it will pull the payment gateway, like which payment gateway it will be, based on the whatever the whatever the gateway we are going to get from the request. Then based on the payment gateway we are going to call the process payment. If we clicked over here, so either it can be go over here, or maybe from it can process from over here. So either from these two gateway the payment will be processed, and then we can return the result finally. Okay. And if we want to list the whatever the gateways are available into a system using the registry dot available gateways, it will give us all the applicable gateways into the user. So this is all about this one, like how we are going to runtime. You can see, notice the runtime we are choosing the gateway and process the payment accordingly. Now I am going to start this application, and from the postman I am going to trigger this one, so that you can see like based on passing the proper gateway how it will process the payment. So let me open the postman and we'll like see, we will going to trigger this kind of endpoint, and we are going to see that how it is give us the data, how it will process the payment. So for starting the application, how we are going to start this application? So this is the entry point of the Spring Boot class, Spring Boot project. Now from over here, we can run as, then choose as a Java application. It will not take much time. Once it will start, then from the postman, we can validate. Tomcat will start soon. So you can see that started this application in 880 port. Okay. So now we need to call this API. So the path will be localhost colon 880/pay, and then it will be a post mapping. And here we need to pass these two parameter, amount and gateway name. So this is the 880 localhost 880. This is the path, then amount. It will be the post, correct? Amount, and this is the gateway name. So now if we click on the send, then if you see that paid this amount via this one, right? Now if we say something like which is, this is not available gateway, okay? So in this case we are going to get some exception, right? Unsupported gateway, correct? Now again, like we will use, this is the gateway name, we will try, it will give us a, yeah, so this is the paid via this gateway. So that means what it will do, once we are going to pass this gateway, so it will pull the gateway, this gateway actually by pull by the registry, correct? Because we are storing all the informations in the map by the key will be the gateway name, and this is the object for this one. If you want to listing the all the list, all the gateways, so the list will be here. So let me duplicate it. It will be a get, and here pay/list. So what it will do, it will give us listing all the gateways. So if you notice, we are currently having two gateways, correct? So that's why we are receiving these two gateways. So this is all about this one, okay? That uh, this is how you are going to implement a real world dynamic payment gateway selector using Spring Boot. So no hard coded beans here, no messy conditions like if else, some switch cases. So it's a very clean annotation driven architecture that let you plug in new gateways anytime without touching the existing logic. This is the kind of design pattern that scales beautifully when you are working with microservices, e-commerce platform, or SaaS app that need flexible integration. If you found this is helpful, give it a thumbs up, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more clean code patterns with Spring Boot. Thanks for watching. See you in my next videos. Bye bye.